So if you got the Kickstarter version of Algomancy, it comes with a couple of these special cards, and I've gotten enough questions about what are these cards that I figured I should just make one video explaining what each of them are. So the first card is Collective Creation. It's a 4046, 4046 with no other stats. And all these cards are marked by the glitch symbol here, which means they're not legal for competitive play. So they're really just there for you to play for fun if you want to play with them. This number is very significant because that's the number of Kickstarter backers who helped bring the project to life. So it's called Collective Creation because it's like every single person who backed the Kickstarter was one of these people, so you're contributing to the power toughness of this card. Next are these four cards. They all have a similar type of aesthetic. These are historic cards. So Algomancy was developed publicly for about 3 years in the Discord, and this was one of the first mechanics the game had, was where you could trade a card in hand for a historic card at any time. And then you could use these historic cards in the draft to like trade back and forth for other cards. So these were like the first cards ever made for the game. Tides of War, just 3 mana delete target unit. And then Price of Power was just like a really fun card. You basically trade, give minus counters to one of your units and X counters to another unit. So these were cards in the historic deck, which is the mechanic that's no longer in the game, but it led to the live draft mechanic. And then lastly, we have the Buddies cards, which are also a relic of the old mechanics of Algomancy. So Plant Buddy was actually, I think, the first Algomancy card ever made. And it's when you draft me, reveal me, lose 4 life, and create a wood resource. And so this was the beginning of draft matters type mechanics. And so each buddy card basically does the same thing, but for its respective element. Notably, there was never actually a metal buddy made, so this was made just for the Kickstarter to complete the cycle. The only two that ever actually got play tested was Plant and Fire. And these cards were so strong. They're so unbelievably broken that we had to remove them, and now they don't make sense in the context of the game, because before you could like draft maybe 1 or 2 cards into your hand each turn, and it was really limited. And so you could say, I'm drafting this and get the effect. But now because it's a live draft, you can like re-trigger it every turn, and it doesn't really make sense. So these are, again, relics of the old game, the old art style. And then the Lord of Buddies was just like the final stretch goal. I would make something more fun to like tie all the buddies together, so it makes all the buddies turn into 7/7s and you get them back. So there's some incentive to play them as units, because most of the time the play pattern of these cards is like you just draft it and get a free resource. It's like a Mox. If a Mox drew you a card, for those who play Magic the Gathering, that's effectively what these cards were. They were a ton of fun, but so broken.